Kansas City went into Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh, I think, is the first team to ever lose 3 times between Sunday, Saturday, Wednesday. They've hit a rough skid here, and they've played a lot of games in a short period of time, and they lost them all. And I think that there was a sense of Steelers coming home. Steelers need this one to keep pace with the Ravens. The Chiefs have been winning by narrow margins all year long. Surely the Steelers are going to at least keep this close, and maybe they'll take it from them. That was the vibe. You and I both picked the Chiefs to win, but the Steelers to cover because we thought, it's Pittsburgh, it's Christmas, it's Renegade.
Right.
And look at how flat the Chiefs were last year, but I think that had a lot to do. The fact that they got embarrassed last Christmas, I think that had a lot to do with them doing the embarrassing this Christmas.
Well, I mean, watch out. That's all you could say. I mean, you said it. The Steelers, I expected it to be closer, certainly. Now, I mean, it's Eagles, Ravens, and Chiefs who they've lost to 3 in a row, right? Maybe the 3 best teams in the league, minus the Detroit Lions in that conversation. So I'm with you. I thought we'd have a more competitive game. But, damn, I mean, the star of the show, the story is that, the Kansas City Chiefs who lost to the Bills, looked like crap against the Carolina Panthers, barely beat the Las Vegas Raiders, barely beat the Los Angeles Chargers with the doink off the field goal. And you went, man, 3 games in 11 days, like it's going to crack a little. They're going to lose one of these. And what? They go 3-0 in 11 days and then play their best football game of the year on Christmas Day, probably partly because of some of the reasons you're talking about, the memory from last year. But it is the Steelers. I'm sure they all had the same thought we did. Man, the Steelers going to be chomping at the bit. They've lost 2 in a row. They're not going to lose 3 in a row. They're at home. Here we go. But man, the Chiefs without Chris Jones, the left tackle issues. Can they keep doing this? And yet they're playing their best football here. That's what's incredible. And now got all the weapons going along with it. So the things we questioned about them as a football team, their offense, the firepower, it looks like it's shaping into form just at the right time. Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown. Of course, Mahomes looked great. The quick game, the RPOs, some of the stuff they did yesterday, hitting those guys running, they looked incredible. It's incredible. I hope everybody knows what we're watching. We're watching something that Grandma Nona, right, who's Sicilian Italian and could care less about football, she knows about the Chiefs, and she's like sitting there yesterday going, wow, I mean, the Chiefs, 15-1. I mean, look at this. This is incredible. They're incredible. We're watching something that we don't see every day. And, again, for what they did there, to be 15-1, have a chance to go 16-1, the star power, everything in the way they played. I'm blown away yesterday by what they did. I said, wow, a bunch yesterday watching that game.
Is Grandma Nona actually called Grandma Nona, or did you just
Well, we call her Nona.
Through?
We call her Nona.
Okay.
She's Nona Pulio, right?
Because Nona is Grandma.
Yeah.
Because it's like calling somebody Grandma.
Exactly. So she's
We call
Nona,
her
but I
Grandma
just was
Nona.
throwing that out there just for everybody so they understood what the hell I was talking about, right?
Nona's
right.
Italian for Grandma.
Exactly. So, yeah.
I know some other Italian, but I can't say it.
Yeah, well, and as I've told you, my family, my wife's family, they are not into football at all. Like, when I met my wife, she knew Joe Montana, and that was about it. That was, like, the only football player she knew. But to speak to it, the Chiefs, the Taylor Swift stuff, all of that even Nona is in on it and is amazed by it and, talks about it with her tennis friends down there in the retirement areas of Florida.
Well, and that just shows you what happens when you're the most prominent team in the NFL for now 3 straight years. And even before that, they kept building and building. They won that Super Bowl 5 years ago, but they've been in the mix again. The floor for the Chiefs under Patrick Mahomes as the starter is losing in overtime of the AFC Championship. That's it. That's their worst season every year since 2018. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.